this video we are playing Find the Backrooms. Thank you so much for choosing my video. If you do find it helpful, to help support my channel, if you can leave it a like, drop me a comment and hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for this YouTube comment recommending the game. Here I am, I hope it is what you wanted. So we're starting off with Forest, Cave and Island. So coming in, and I only thought there was like the lobby level of the Backrooms. I didn't know that there's so many levels of Backrooms. I have been educated today. Every day is a school day. So it's nice and refreshing not to see base plate straight in the map for a change, so that is nice. One bugbear of the game, as I always say, it's not a badge game. So you do get badges for the number of levels that you find, but not each level is a badge in itself. And this game certainly ups the challenge element. So obviously being a flat square, it's kind of like a flatfish. So when you're looking at it straight on, you can see the level that you need to collect. But looking in other views, it's like not even there. It's not visible because it's flat and it's on the side. So if these are all mazes like the Backrooms, I can 100% guarantee I'm never going to play them. But certainly comment your favourite level. I mean, there's just so many levels, I can't even get my breath. I mean, 181 to this game already. I don't think the index picture does it like justice for some of these levels. Like, I can see that some stalactites, but some of them are nigh on like a black screen. It is not tempting me anymore to play these. We have the abandoned mining. Love the hidden one sort of above the doorway and how it blends into that door. They've been quite clever with some placement, especially with these being flat. Love the one on the ceiling. So for some of these, they do give you clues in the index. Some of them are more helpful than others, but obviously some of them are more challenging, so you kind of expect that. There is a free sprint, which is helpful. The only criticism really is they really do need to move the shop and teleport button. I hit that shop button so many times because obviously you can see the control of my iPad in the kind of bottom left. So pretty please, if you can move that somewhere else, it would be better for mobile users. These just don't sound tempting. Forest of Eternal Darkness, no thank you. Wild Forest, not so bad. I'm thinking kind of Bambi, you know, nothing kind of sinister there. Oh, that one's nice, I don't mind that one. Sunset of Sunflowers. And then you've got Hospital Upside Down, no thank you. I don't know what that random thing is, it keeps appearing. We have summer camp, not something that's really big here in the UK. We don't have sort of summer camps as such that you go and stay at. Confusing geometry. Yes, that just sums up me and maths and mazes really. The Mountain of Your Dreams. Office work. Oh god, and it looks really dismal in there as well. Lurking danger, again we're getting back into the sinister levels here. Motion, okay. Again, the map's simple and effective, you know, there is a bit of attention to detail. I think the index hint for that one, Dark Lobby, is a bit misleading because it's not in the mountain, it's on the mountain. Really sneaky one hidden underneath the bench there. I like that one a lot because you could easily run past it like I did. So as you can see, this isn't the order that I found them in. I have grouped them by location just to help you reference where I am better. Lights out. Nope. If I'm in the back rooms, those lights are staying on. Infested field. God, no. If you've ever been in sort of a maze or a cornfield, that is not somewhere you want to go. You can so easily get lost in them. Hills of Rotten Hopes. Oh, that sounds so dismal and depressing, like the place where your dreams go to die. Please don't let some of my hopes become rotten. I would absolutely love a YouTube play button, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button and help make my dreams come true. They have been very clever with this game as well. So some are just lurking sort of underneath that waterline like this. So that really does up the challenge element to some of these. Some will indicate sort of in a corner, so you know sort of where to look. The only other thing they haven't really explored is some of the smaller ones which have started to appear. So the code for the code door here is 1412. The numbers are really big. You will see them as I walk around each area. So if it does change, I mean, you've just seen the one there. It's enormous. Moving around now to the snow area. Again, this one could use a little bit more attention to detail. It's a bit bare. They could have done some more in here and therefore hidden some more levels. But I do like you've started to get a bit of a theme, so like the frozen ones are here. So that grey box is actually important. So this is where level 0 is. It's the 3 question mark hint one. Didn't realise that and I forgot about it, so I actually owe credit to a player for reminding me about those. It's only when I was editing the video and I was like, oh my god, I saw that grey box. That's why I didn't know it was there. But I will touch on those ones at the end of the video. Iceland. We actually have a supermarket here in the UK called Iceland. The land of dark ice is where they have a power cut and you're stuck inside of Iceland. Underground office, no. Offices need like loads of light, natural light. It's depressing enough to be working in an office, let alone underground. See, I do like that all the kind of snow and frozen and cold ones are together in that area. So we saw Sky. I'm not sure if you can get there any other way, but there is a teleport. So it's just that little box on the left underneath shop with kind of the man running out of it. I don't sort of get... Okay, is that supposed to be like Mount Olympus, sort of, I don't know, gods with the kind of column? But if you were going to do that, I would have potentially gone to town with it. It's a bit of a mishmash of themes. You've kind of got clouds, rainbow, you know, Greek gods. Yeah, it's a bit disjointed, this area, in such a very small space as well. You know, you could have had a bit of a darker storm cloud for that, or even obbied over a lightning bolt. Is this the stairway to heaven, but it drops off and you drop down into hell. You don't actually go anywhere to heaven. Chaotic structure. That matches more to glitch for me. You know, if you go into the glitch map, you'll see why I say that. Okay, this developer's been quite comical. There's still hope. So even as you get up to the staircase thinking you're going to heaven, there's still hope that you're going to get there and you're not going to plop off and fall down. I do like bringing a little bit of humour in. Now, I have seen that lobby. That has been on somewhere else, and I've said in a game I've recognised it. Moving around now into desert. So this is getting better. So we do have the pyramid, we have the Sphinx, and I love the fact for the first time it's actually sort of realistically life-size the Sphinx against the pyramid. So that's a really nice touch. Although if you're looking at the real pyramids of Egypt, you would have KFC if you turn around. See, this is what I mean about that shop button. It's really annoying. I was sort of hoping for a little bit of a veiled entrance maybe into the pyramid, but alas, that is not included at the moment. I don't actually know if they can update this game. How many levels of the Backrooms are there? Is there any more that they can add in, or is this it? Is that it in totality now, 181? I mean, they've obviously skipped a few numbers. If you look at some of the numbers, especially the last one we're going to find in this game, I don't know what number it is. It's definitely over 1 billion, I think. Why did they have to place one at the Sphinx's bum? Like, oh, I wouldn't have put something there. I would have moved that somewhere else. Again, the land's next to the ocean. That fits really nicely here. Highway for the Wanderers. Who came up with some of these names? I do like the one sort of half hidden underneath the paw. Underground station. All the energy comes from here. That does look like the solar fields sort of outside Vegas. It's quite a sight to see when you're driving into Vegas and then all you see are these fields and fields of solar panels. I'm quite surprised one hasn't been put inside of the house. It almost makes it feel sort of like a space filler rather than being used. I know it's pretty much a template house. I've seen this in multiple deserts. But if you built it, you might as well use it. And then we have Eternal Darkness. Wow, that's just like another ominous one, isn't it? So look, annoying. But the cactus you need is this one here in front of the Sphinx. But the life of me, I can't actually see the level. So that one's actually quite a challenging one. You can't even see it. Moving round now onto the beach. God, that's so freaky. Like, oh my God, I can just see that kind of dark entity in that middle of that picture, and it's giving me the proper creeps. Whispering hallways, oh my God, that is giving me the Shining vibes. Red Rum. Such an old film, but such a classic. Again, I've seen that in, was it Finding Memes? And you had to go into that room. I finally think I recognise where they built that room from. Submechanophobia. So is that a fear of being on submarines? That's what I'm going to say that one is. Although my favourite phobia ever was one, I think it was Mythical said, or someone left it on my YouTube, I think it was something like that. And it was the fear of being chased by wolves around the kitchen table in socks or something like that. And it's one of the longest words in the English language. Oh, the pink pools, no thank you. My daughter would like to go there, but I wouldn't. I would actively avoid that one. See, there's that little kind of shield again, but I don't think it's people dying. It just randomly shows up. But I mean, you could have one on a timer, so when that shield comes up, that vortex comes up, you have to jump into it. Again, we've got like the picture of a ship. It's not the picture of the Titanic. That's not accurate. But where is the square? Like, I can't see that at all. But I do like those little challenging ones. Oh, I could do with a holiday. Tropical paradise sounds wonderful. Sitting on a beach, listening to the waves with a cocktail in my hand. Oh, yes. So we do have one on top of the slide, but I do know obviously we're going to have to go down the slide as well. So just take care if you are walking down the slide. It is like ice, so I would recommend jumping if you're happy to do so. Other than that, it is quite slippy. And that is centrifuges. Is that the water slide that you kind of go round and swirl round and then you eventually go down the hole in the middle like a toilet? And then we're going to go on here. I'm literally living one of my worst nightmares of water slides on Roblox, of getting stuck inside of one. My Roblox character must need to go on a diet because I've got stuck. So we're going to end up running this now. What a shame. I'm just going to have to walk it and plop out. But that is complex of chaotic slides. And I do like the fact that the developers have used sort of flat ones, and then ones that are upright, ones that are a bit smaller, ones that are just completely invisible. The ones that are flat under the waterline, I like the variety here. The only thing that would sort of help with the ones underneath the map, and you will see the glitch is sort of like the shift lock view, just so you can help swing your view round. But with the right angle you can get it, so you can just see the one underneath the water over here. But again, look, it was invisible then. It's that flatfish phenomena, you know. But that is the deep end. Moving around now to candy. Again, it's a bit simple, you know. Candy, I know we've got the kind of peppermint sweets, the candy canes and the lollipops, but there could have been a lot more. Like, I have seen better candy maps with sort of gingerbread houses and gummy bears and gummy drops and ice creams, and you know, if I think candy world, I'm thinking diabetic world sort of thing, like diabetic's worst nightmare land. You know, so much sugar, you're going to be on a sugar rush for an eternity. I was hoping for maybe one hidden inside of a lollipop, but to my disappointment there was none. You could have really have hidden one like the cactus here. I've just demonstrated you can get up to the lollipops. I do like the one that's inside of that object. So yeah, in an update, if you can add any more in, adding them inside of an object is really quite fun. Is that Homer Simpson in the background of that picture? That is terrible. I'm sorry, I don't know who painted it. I mean, but no, that doesn't look nice. Remnant of the party, oh my god. Not a party I think I'd want to go to. This is a bit of a random structure. So you've got this. I mean, you could have made it a cake, you know, but then there's nothing up here. So why build the other tiers and add the ladders? Unless it's like a funny ha-ha, I'm going to make you run up there for nothing. We have the exit question mark, giving me digital circus vibes. Isn't it weird, the crazes and the obsession? So like, my daughter was obsessed with the digital circus, and now it is K-pop. That is all she is singing, is the songs from the K-pop Demon Hunters. Moving around now to the city, and this is a bit better. I like the buildings, I like that it's nicely filled out. I knew that this would be really methodical searching needed, because there are lots of windows, lots of places to put these levels. I think the only thing that they're missing, just on that slight attention to detail, is the road going towards like the petrol station down the middle. You know, you could have put one inside of that chimney there really nicely. What the level 13 hides? Nothing. It hides nothing, because I'm not going in there to find out. So lurking is danger. I did think it was inside the bin. It's not. It's on the roof of the petrol station. Infinity Shopping Centre, a shopaholic's dream. We've got habitable zone, which looks anything but habitable. I don't think I'd even park my car in there. See, that is the lurking is danger. And you can see the code part there. It's really big, you can't miss it. So again, great place to hide a super hidden one just behind those plant pots. They do have some crazy places you could hide stuff that haven't been used. We have the green rooms, and then we've got a lovely one, constant buzzing. Again, that is probably one of another favourite placements, so constant buzzing on the beehive. I like when developers can have that in a game. I like the fact that one is on the petrol station that is nigh on identical. A place to rest. Not if that's filled up with other people and they're snoring. I would not be getting any rest there. Endless attic. No, that place would be shut, never to venture in. That is like what you see in the TikToks where something creepy comes out. No. In fact, I probably wouldn't even buy the house if the attic looked like that. We have Crimson Field. That sort of looks a little bit like San Francisco. Although a lot of cities would probably all look the same. That could be London for all I know. Yes, I've just booked our summer holiday to Terra Hotel. Scarily low prices. The infinite window. There is one on top of the air conditioning unit. See, this is what I say about that kind of methodical searching and making sure you check everywhere. This is another one. So what gives it away with this game is the ledges. So here is the ventilation ducts, but again, it's one of the only buildings that's got one of those kind of red bricks to stand on. And you will see another example of this in a moment in the video. This one is a little bit more tricky, but obviously danger zone is on top of there. It's like checking every window, checking every door, checking every wall. The windows. What a gloomy place that looks to live, and then you're literally just looking at other people's windows. The dark mole, that kind of looks like Stranger Things at night. The red light district, not something I would have in a game. That's where the women of the night are usually said to be working here in the UK. Didn't mean to do that. It was then that I realised that it's probably just quicker if I climb the ladder. And try and not fall. Again, just make sure you have that sprint turned on just to help you do some of these jumps. I'm sure that place is delightful when it's light and sunny, but in the dark it just looks ominous and just no. We have the decaying lobby. So that is a backrooms that I recognise. I recognise said wallpaper. We have half person. Who comes up with some of these names? So this is another area. So you see the ledges there. That will be important in a moment. But then I did that. But I suppose I didn't go and check the ambulance, so it benefited me. How did I miss that by the boxes? I just completely forgot to get these. One off the edge of the map, flooded and destroyed warehouse. So here is the second grey box. Remember the one in snow? That is level 1. So again, that is going to become important at the end of the video. So did actually forget one on top of the petrol station, and this is where I started to say that the developer has started to put in some smaller ones. So this is saturation, and hello on the tiny picture on the corner there. And then remember me saying about the light before I fell off? Well, here are those platforms again, and there is the industrial light. But again, like, I can't see that picture at all, yet it's hidden in there. So I have enjoyed finding those ones, so definitely put some more in an update. And then again, like, I completely didn't see that one. But the index was Miawu or something like that, M-I-A-U. And it's only when I tried to say it out loud, I was like, oh, meow. Into the enchanted forest. And I love the fact that the floaties have the mushrooms in it, and that picture, that really does remind me of hide and seek transform in the pool area where you do have those mushrooms, but like a dark sinister version, of course, because all of these don't look very appealing. Again, like, you could have really pushed the boat out with the enchantment. You know, I have been in some where it is a bit darker, to be fair, but you've got like the little kind of fireflies and the fairy twinkles and stuff like that, really to make it feel magical and enchanted. We have diversified forest. Is that where you've planted a few more trees of different species to make it a bit more diverse? I do like the little spot of rain for eternal rain. That'd be the most miserable place to live. It's sort of like the UK. It sometimes feels like it's eternal rain here. That and overcast. What is it today? Overcast. What is it today? Raining. don't like the fact the cabin's nicely furnished. Your place, your rest, your peace. Yes, just what you need from a hard day's work. And then we have the end that looks like an empty library. See how many times now I've pressed that button. And we have inverted. Love the one in the actual lamp. Again, can't see it, but I love that it's the placement of that one, Night City, in the lamp. And I swear this one, I ran round. That was not obvious like that. I swear I would have seen that one, but that is Wake Up. Into Galactic Forest, so very similar to Enchanted Forest, but we've now got a space theme. But you see what I mean, sort of around the twinkles. So we've got these lovely stars that sort of make it feel galactic. It does almost sort of feel like they've copied and pasted the Enchanted one, especially with the rails. But I do like the fact they've got the addition of the gravity, because that does make you feel more like you're in space. It's sort of a shame that that portal doesn't work. So they could have actually done a portal that spat you out above the one in the star, and then you drop through to get it. That looks like an awesome projector for your bedroom. We've got a random hand. It's cool, but it's random. Gravity's a tad annoying when you sort of hit a column and it auto jumps you up, but there is only alternus there. Again, very fitting with the theme, although it feels a little bit more like Christmas than cosmic. I think if you look at sort of, was it Find the Bobas? Where they had more of like the mushrooms, but they looked a little bit like trees. I think because it's sort of like normal trees, it just doesn't feel galactic apart from the theme of them. So if you jump right towards the middle of that swirling star, that is where you get roads in the stars. Onto the glitch map now. So you need 100 levels to be able to access this area. But I do like this sort of glitch effect, but just be careful if you are affected by this and you are playing the game. There isn't really a warning that that kind of glitch effect comes up across your screen. It feels a little bit hodgepodge with all the kind of shapes and stuff. I don't know if they could have potentially have mimicked the glitch a bit better. So I know some of the shapes are in the glitch itself, but there's only like one green, one red. So you could have actually built like a series of bricks to make it feel like you're looking at the glitch itself. One on the edge there, like that placement, that's chromatic fragmentation. So the way that I figured this out, so drop down next to the arrow on the pink square. You're going to walk 5 little steps forwards, 3 to the left, 5 forwards and 4 to the right, and then you can go straight to collect the item. Man, that was hard to figure out. Moving to the arcade now. And we have Matrix. So again, I know they've kind of made a little maze with the arcade machines themselves, but I'm not a fan. It's just copy and paste of the arcade machines in lines. Like if you look at the arcade in Find the Boxes, you know, that's a lovely arcade. It feels like an arcade. You know, the same with the Find the Toons. Their arcade is very good. So yeah, this isn't my favourite map of this game. I meant to fall down there because I saw the wandering casino. And then just between the buildings we have Neon Metropolis. Summer of 98. Oh my god. That just makes me feel old. And then we have futuristic windows. Some of the names of these levels. But the dev has been quite clever with this area because you can't actually jump up and over the arcades, so you actually have to go through the maze in order to get there. So we have the Promised Land. I think they're going to have to do that obby again, but I do love the picture of the actual arcade. Again, you could have done a horrible placement for one between the arcade machines. That is why I'm running down them, because I really thought one may have been placed there. Toxic corridors, again, that horrible like dark entity in the middle of that picture gives me the creeps. No thank you. Just found an absolutely brilliant TikTok that it's just reminded me the channel where they look at spooky videos online, and it's, what the bleep are you still doing there? And he shouts at people down the phone. Like, it really cracks me up. His commentary to these videos are brilliant. I can't remember what the channel's called, but I'm sure if you Google what the are you still doing there, you will find it. We have Neon Hospital. Again, I like the fact these are all like a neon theme. And you just have a random pool. Like, you would never go in a pool like that right next to electronic arcade machines for the fear of being electrocuted. I mean, it makes sense with the neon pool rooms, but no. Health and safety would have an absolute fit. So this is the final section, so this is level 1, level 0. So thank you so much to the player True Big Branch. They reminded me about these squares. So the first one is in snow. Can't believe I forgot about these. And then once you can unlock them, this is what comes up, and then you can collect them. So I did leave these 3 till last. So my recommendation is to go ahead, get all the other ones first, and then go back to level 0 and level 1 and see if that grey brick has been removed. So you can see they had 109 and they weren't able to collect it yet. And then when you've got all the others, you can then get the human limit, which is that random level 1 there. And there we have it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.